Heartbreak is something serious. Do y'all know he started Facebook because he was heartbroken? Y'all gotta stop letting these women and these men. That man was put in your life to make you better. That woman was put in your life to make you better. Turn that heartbreak into some cash, honey, because that's what he did. That girl broke his heart at the beginning of the story, and he was like, "I got something for her." And the whole time he was just trying to prove a point to a female, and now he a billionaire. Like that's some shit. Point proven.
You know, that's a good story.
That's a
Probably why I'm a billionaire.
It's amazing what women will make a man do, baby.
That's not usually the outcome behind Heartbreak, right? But I mean, I get the point.
Slashing them
but
tires. Make yourself better.
I was gonna say, like, to me, one of the things I think first of all, is way too many women in teaching, right? All this feminism out here, but I don't see them crying about the fact that 80+% or more teachers is women, right? There's way too many of them. No, actually it hasn't. Like, so if you go back to the early part of the 1900s, men dominated teaching, because you got to remember most women weren't working. Like
okay,
that,
well,
right? It was only in our community.
I'm talking about when it became a woman's job. Like I'm talking about like 60s, 70s. That was mostly women,
right?
Because men felt like it was a woman's duty to be with kids.
No, I think it was less about that, and it was more about the fact that the women wanted to work. So we'll give you this market, right? You can take this market, and then you can add in, okay, yeah, well, we'll let go of this. We don't want to deal with these kids anyway, right? But it's had an effect on the boys, specifically, and I think that's a problem.
Do you
ahead.
Think there should be male schools, female schools, and maybe more men should teach the male schools?
No, like, I'm glad you asked that question, because if I had the bag and I could make my own school, the way I would do it is I would have the males teaching all of the vocational training and like all of the sports and stuff like that, and then I would have the women teaching all of the artsy, literary classes and stuff like that.
It's kind of set up that way.
And then I would try to make sure that the women are all like, voluptuous, thick, everything like really nice. Because that's going. Listen, y'all don't want it. Y'all don't like the truth.
Coming in this story somewhere. I just knew
that's gonna make the boys pay attention.
No, he's not paying attention to the lesson. He's paying attention to the booty.
No,
he gonna be in class, don't want to stand up because he got an erection.
No,
hey, but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
That's how it is, though. You will be amazed. Like the PE classes, the social science class, the history classes, that's mostly men, or the women who kind of men like. Because
I think that's how it should be.
In that apartment.
Because I know when I had beautiful teachers, I went out of my way to make sure I was turning in the best work I possibly could. I know Miss Tammy, Miss Sharice, Miss, Keisha, whatever her name was, gonna be there. Oh, she got them shoes on I like, with the big toe sticking out at the top, right? I got my work, Miss Clarissa. You know what I'm saying? Who got that? Me. Who know the answer? Me. What you mean? Me, shawty? What you talking about? I ain't gonna be here forever, right? Then when I gotta go put a motor in the car, make sure it's somebody who look like my man at the top right there. You know what I'm saying? On the Suge Knight side of the game. All right, y'all get them wrenches, y'all get them power drills. We're gonna drop this motor in there. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you are giving Suge vibes. I never thought about that.
So I'm giving you killer vibes. I'm out here killing the game.
That's a killer in him. I'm sure he has a pumpkin side.
Yeah, but you can't
they
have all
DJ
day long.
Academics. They say I look like this other guy that I just like a lot of that, like bald bearded dude.
You look like somebody's husband.
He was somebody's husband.
He look like Queen's Flip. That's what he look like.
No, but listen, podcast. When you was giving your testimony about your school experience as far as like math and linguistics, right? Let me tell you something. Like, I love math until I got to calculus. Calculus ruined math for me It took me until I failed the first semester and a little bit into the second semester that I finally understood the first semester. And then they introduced something called related rates. I was completely
I
fried.
love calculus.
Like related rates literally destroyed my entire being. And I do not look at math the same.
Derivatives.
Now,
Listen, I think that there are two different people. There's an algebra person, there's a geometry person. Which
Right.
one are you?
I am geometry.
Algebra.
I
I agree with
never
that.
enjoyed
I am
math
an
more.
algebra person. I
Oh, yeah.
hated geometry.
Hated it.
See, and you know why you probably hate geometry?
Hated it.
Because you hate rules. You hate being told what to do. Hey, man, just do
Absolutely.
this and go on about your business. Geometry, trigonometry. Hey, this is a situation. This is what you do. This is what you see. This is what you do. You ain't got to
Yeah.
guess. It's right there, and it speaks to me because as a music guy, and when you're reading music, you ain't got to guess what the music wants you to do because it tells you right there on a paper.
I read music.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to guess. But like, even when it came to like English, like my teachers is weird. Like when I got to like the 11th and 12th grade, like I started doing more advanced English, but I could never get a good grade from my teacher, Miss Kaplan. I used to call her the dreaded DC. And she realized that my problem was is not that I wasn't smart. It was just I was using too many words in the sentence and my structures were off. So once she gave me a template of how to structure my sentences and how to write a paper with more structure and idea, for some reason, when I would go to take placement tests for English or write papers or do stuff like that, I test out all of that. But for some reason, in this woman's class, I could never get a good grade. So it's just very interesting, like how you can do well in certain situations based upon the teacher. And then you
Absolutely.
take the same skills that you was getting your butt kicked in, and you're going to the other place and you use the same skills and you kill the game. Like
But
I
that's
couldn't
because some
imagine.
teachers don't. That's because some teachers pay attention to things that other people don't. So, like, where you put the commas at and stuff like that. Some people will tell you on, like, if you say, "I'm going to the store and such and such and such and such." Some teachers will say you're supposed to use a comma. Some will tell you don't have to. You see what I'm saying? So if you drawing a specific teacher that's looking for something a certain way, that's studying either she's going by either the old way or the new way. It's like with the math. Well, my son a few years ago, when I think it was fourth to fifth grade or something like that. It was one of them, third to fourth or fourth to fifth, like where the math did like a whole 180 on him. And it was like his mom is super math. She's like a math whiz. And so she's showing him how to get the answers. He go to school, they telling him it's wrong. Why? Well, you didn't do it the way we said do it. But the answer is right. Nah, we want you to do it the way we said do it. His mom was real frustrated. That was like, I never seen that before in my life. I'm like, yeah, me neither. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like specific teachers do a certain way. But then you do get, I remember I had this one teacher in college. Hey girl, how you doing? I remember you.
She married.
I hope not. That thing was thangin', boy. And I'm talking about, look, it was one of those throwaway classes that you take, right? And so what she realized was that I was super smart and everybody else was super stupid. So what she would do is she said, I'm a grade on a curve. I didn't know what that meant at the time, but she said, I'm a grade on the curve because if I don't, a lot of people not gonna do well, right? So I don't want to be failing y'all with this petty class that's really a throwaway class. So I'm a grade on the curve, and I was like, I don't know what that means, but I know I'm all right, right? When I talked to her, I was like, yo, do you need the grade on the curve because of me? Like, what's going on? She's like, no, you know you're good. We all know about you. We know you can write. We know you did. I'm like, okay. I just want to make sure, right? So you got those kind of teachers too. You know, the ones that'll do that. She didn't have to grade on the curve. She didn't have to do that, but she did that so that people wouldn't fail, man. And I'm all with that. I know you don't mistake, and I know you don't like the not being able to give people a zero. But man, look, get them kids out of school and let them go fail at life. I just, you know
Let
what
me
I'm saying?
See, that's the thing.
Why hold them back?
Just